What's up everybody, Kris Gethin here. Now you may be watching this video right now with small legs, weak legs, but you're gonna finish watching this video with hope that you can build them up. I'll almost guarantee it if you do exactly as I say. Now we always see people with bigger upper bodies, great abs, great pecs and chest, but not always do they have the lower leg profile as they should. And I always say leg training does separate the men from the boys. However, the way that you implement the pain and the intensity that comes with leg workouts is essential. And some of it comes from the angles in order for you to get full development of the inner and outer thigh of the quad. So I'm gonna go through some different stances that you need to go through when you're hitting legs. But first, I'm just gonna give you a couple of tips. Number one, train with higher repetitions. Just try it. If you've been training with the typical 8 to 10 repetitions, maybe you're not really targeting both your fast twitch and your slow twitch muscle fibers as you should be. Now, I've always found that I've had superior development with my legs and my clients when I exceed 15 to 20 repetitions. So you can go heavier, but I do suggest that you maybe implement what's called a rest pause principle in order to get to your 15 to 20 repetitions. So let's say you get to about 12 repetitions. You cannot do any more. I suggest that you stand there, for instance, if you're doing squats, just take a few deep breaths, maybe have a training partner behind you and do one more rep. And then rest again, just pause. Have that training partner assist you, get another rep if you've got a training partner. And then continue to do that until you get to at least 15 repetitions. Do that on every working set. But do some drop sets in there as well. I like to combine varied repetitions from as low as 10 repetitions to 50 repetitions all in the same workout. So I'm never allowing my legs to really realize what's going on. They're always guessing and protesting. And the way they protest is by growing stronger and bigger. Well, let's go into some of your foot stances to begin with. So I'm gonna use squats as the example here. So if I want to target the outer sweep of my quads, the outside of my quads, I'm going to take a narrower stance. I'm going to go a little bit lighter when I'm doing a narrow stance because I'm not engaging my hamstrings or my glutes as much. So heels about distance apart, toes slightly pointing out, and I'm going to squat down about 3/4 of the way back down and then up. As soon as I feel my Achilles tendons come off the floor, pulling on my heels, that's when I'm coming back up. I never lock out at the top because I want to keep my quads engaged throughout the entirety of the movement. Once I've done that, I'm only gonna rest, and that's about 15 to 20 repetitions to failure. I'm only gonna rest for about a minute. Now, this is why it's essential that you have good cardiovascular fitness. Because a lot of people don't develop their legs enough because number one, they're not training to absolute failure. Number two, they're not able to keep the intensity high because they're not fit enough from a cardiovascular standpoint. And number three, they're not targeting all angles of their foot stance to target all areas of the quads. So that's gonna be the most beneficial for you to hit the outer sweep of your quads if you're doing squats or leg press or hack squats. Now to target the inner thigh, as you can imagine, you're gonna go the opposite way. You're gonna go wider. Your toes are still gonna point out slightly though, and your knees are gonna follow the direction of your toes. So to demonstrate, again, now you're going about shoulder width stance apart. Toes slightly pointing out. You're gonna come down a little bit deeper than what you would with your legs close together, but you will target a little bit more of your glutes and your hamstrings, but not too much, providing you don't go further than parallel to the floor with your hamstrings. So again, no locking out at the top, it's up and straight back down, making sure those knees are following the direction of your toes. And this will target what's called your abductors, which is the inside of your legs. So this is your adducting, bringing, so it's going to target your adductors. Abduction is taking your leg away, so that would be the outer portion of your legs that do that. So this is what I suggest. If you really want to help get the development of your legs, do 5 sets to failure with the legs close together. Go a little bit heavier then with your legs far apart, 5 sets of each, so there's 10 sets before moving on to the following exercises, which could be your leg press and your hack squats to target this area. And of course, leg extensions is a great one for your quads as well, and you may even want to warm up with that exercise. So hopefully you like these tips and you can turn your leg weakness into a weapon, but put that notification on if you want more tips like this. And if you like this video, please like, comment, subscribe, and ask me any questions.